The view is nuts. So we've just waited in line for about half an hour. It was a bit chaotic before 10 o'clock when the lift started and the ticket line. So you should definitely pre-book tickets online. I did look at doing it yesterday, but it was a bit confusing with the translation, so I didn't bother. But definitely book, because now we get to the front of the ticket line and you can't go up before between 11:30 and 12. Okay, so it's day 2 attempt to try and go up the Fenti Du cable car. We woke up here in the area and it was just complete fog and even light rain, but it's starting to lift. And we have pre-booked tickets this time for the first cable car on a Saturday morning, which is 9 o'clock. So hopefully we get to see some good views. It is clearing and the sun's trying to come out, so let's see. So there is no line today. Crazy.
Hola.
Hola. It's very crowded.
Very crowded. Queda aquí y vemos cómo lo vas,
Eso es encima humo del chumbo.
So we have arrived at the top of the cable car. They really pack you into it to try and get, I guess, as many people on the cable car and up the mountain early in the morning when there's crowds. But this morning, compared to the other day, there was like no crowd. And the ticket line to buy the tickets on the day, there was like 10 people max. So I don't know, maybe because it's early, maybe because it's foggy this morning, people didn't rush to come. But yeah, a lot easier to get up the mountain, but it is pretty much full fog up here. It is starting to clear, but who knows how long that will take. So hopefully the sun does make an appearance and the fog clears enough to see some views. Just incredible views up here this morning. Incredible. So this is the hike that we're doing today. Should also go past Cabana Veronica. It says it should take 4 hours and 25 minutes. Elevation gain 772 meters and it's 11.4 kilometers. It is quite fresh up here this morning and there's like a mist in the air that's a little bit damp. So we've got out the down jackets and our gloves. So lucky we had all our warm clothes with us, because definitely wasn't expecting it to be this cold just when we got to the top of the cable car. Spotted some wildlife.
Yeah, it's definitely close to something.
The mountains are starting to emerge. We have finally popped out of the cloud and fog and it is very blue skies up here and sunny. It's beautiful. made it up the first steep section and we can see the cabana in the distance. Do you want to keep walking in the snow or try and go up there?
Let's keep walking.
Very snowy at this last top bit on the way to the cabana. We have just arrived to the cabana, Veronica, and it is spectacular. It's kind of like you're at space because it's got that feel. So the cabana is actually a mountain refuge and it sleeps 8 people. You can just see inside. So I think you can buy a basic drink, a beer or a soft drink or a water there. So pretty spectacular view. So we're just having a snack and a little break near the cabana with the lovely views over the valley, but the low cloud is rising, so don't know if we're going to get covered for a bit or what. There's also some mist coming from that way, but the peak that we're climbing is that one, somewhere up there, so we have to walk across the snowy bit there and then up. We've now reached the snowy section, just across this ridge, and really not my favourite part of hiking, but I do have ice little crampons in my bag if we need, but I think it's fine, it's pretty well tracked. The section's fine, it definitely looks worse than it is, it's not that narrow, and yeah, it's fine. So we think that is the iconic mountain in Picos de Europa, and we're hopefully going to hike to the base of that in a few days' time from the other side, but the cloud is moving fast up here, and we just passed someone we passed on the way up who didn't go to the cabana, and he said it's about a 20-minute climb to the top, so it's not far. There's definitely parts up here where it's quite steep and you need to use your hands as well, so hiking poles getting in the way a bit, but it's okay. Move them to the side and maybe we'll clip them on our backpacks on the way down. We made it. The view is nuts. You can see the cabana down there where we just were. almost back at the cable car now, and we've just spent from the top of the peak up there and all the way back down to this point, we spent walking back with an Australian lady we met up there, so definitely weren't expecting to see any Aussies up there, but that was a really nice surprise, and she was very friendly, so we've had a good chat on the way back down and it went very quick. There's still all the fog down in the valley, or probably not the whole way down, but I mean, if you're down the bottom probably looking up, people are probably saying like, oh, we won't go up the cable car today because it's so foggy and cloudy up there, but you're above the cloud here, so very cool, very cool. We probably won't see any views on the way down again, but we did see the rock face on that yesterday, so we're not sad. Like, it's been an amazing day up the mountain here. Literally come back down into the fog basically as we left it this morning, with a tiny bit of sun trying to come through, but it's a very different day lower on the mountain. Still complete mist down the views at the cable car. So we're just arriving back to the van, and it's basically the same day down here that we left this morning. There's still that low cloud lingering, and we were up above it, so really great day. So I think the hike took around 5 hours. It took us about an hour and 20 minutes to get to Cabana Veronica, and then from there probably maybe half an hour, 35 minutes to get to the top of the peak. How do you say it?
Hojares Roges. Rogos. Roj? I don't know.
That one. So I think the way up in total took about 2 hours with the detour, and then the way down was really quick. We did spend a fair bit of time at the top at the peak because the view was just incredible. We had lunch and then we were chatting with our friend Nicola that we met up there. But yeah, the way back down probably took maybe an hour and 15, an hour and a half max. So yeah, really good. I think total walking time, Lockie tracked it, and it was about 3.5 hours all day. So probably about an hour and a half of breaks at the two cabanas, the cabana and then the peak. So yeah, a really good day. Probably one of the best days we've had in a while in the mountains. Like, just incredible from the top, seeing the peaks and the low cloud. It was just amazing. So we really recommend that you come to Fuente D and do the cable car and then the hike, because it was really good to not have to hike back down as well and do the return trip on the cable car, because we would have been hiking back down in a fair bit of fog for a while, and it just makes you damp and it's not so nice. So yeah, a really good day for 20 euros per person for the cable car. So yeah, definitely recommend.